Hello guys, welcome back to another recap video for Chainsaw Man episode 4. My name is Maku, and I'm here with
Kobayashi.
So this episode specifically, it started off with a background check for Power. Want to go ahead and start it off for us?
Yeah, basically we see Power. She's just like killing every animal she sees, but she's also accompanied with her cat, Meowie. But then it goes back to the present, and basically we see Power and Meowie, they're alive, and you see just blood all over the floor from the aftermath of Denji versus the bat.
Yeah, you pretty much see a bunch of guts just spilled on the floor, and underneath all the guts and gore, you get to see Meowie and Power just laying there. And Power sort of just reminiscing the time, hence why we see the backstory. And Denji is there, and very abruptly just squishes his hand and says, "I'm ready," basically, right? And Power sort of is like, "I'm confused for what specifically?" And Denji just points at her breasts, and Power was sort of like, "Are you serious? Is this entire charade? This is what it's for you just fondling my breast?" And she was like, "Fine."
But then the Leech Devil comes in and just like
shoots something and ends up lopping off Denji's arm.
Yeah, Denji tries to transform into Chainsaw Man, but he only gets like part of the chainsaw on his head, but nothing from his arms, and he realizes he lost too much blood, so he can't fully transform into Chainsaw Man.
Which I believe this actually might foretell something, because what I'm getting at is that he might need to drink someone's blood in order to fully develop into Chainsaw Man.
I feel like he will carry just blood on him, so then he can recuperate all the lost blood that he lost.
Yeah, which would kind of make sense.
Yeah, even though Denji's not fully Chainsaw Man, he's still doing damage against the Leech Devil, and he like just slices her with his head. And then Power's like really...
And she's sort of mesmerized by this entire situation, because she didn't realize how strong Denji was.
And she's just also amazed like how dedicated he is for him to touch some breasts.
And meanwhile, this entire thing is unfolding. The Leech Devil was saying, "Oh yeah, our plan," because what she means by ours is that the Bat Devil and the Leech Devil, they're supposedly together or something like that.
And supposedly they're dating, that's kind of disgusting, but...
In any case, their plan was to rule over all humanity, as any typical devil.
Yeah, that's very typical and kind of boring.
But
I can relate to Denji at some point. I'm joking.
In any case, we get to see them just full on scrapping, but Denji sort of is becoming maniacal, because at one point he was losing an extraordinarily amount of blood, and Power just looked at Denji for like a quick second, and he saw his face. His face was like sort of all out of proportions, fully lost it, and became delusional with sort of hunger per se. So then that's when he blindly charged to the Leech Devil, and he was gonna slice her with her head, but the Leech Devil got the better of him. But then that's when
out of nowhere Aki comes in and then just instantly finishes off the Leech Devil, and we see a fox just swallow up the Leech Devil, and then Aki later explains to Denji that he made a contract with the Fox Devil. Basically, whenever he uses the Fox Devil, he takes some type of like, I believe, skin or something out of Aki in exchange. Also too, in this episode, we get to see the first time of the other squadron, or the other members of Aki's club, of Aki's squad. We also see Kobane, and then you also see Himeno.
Yeah, so we're actually not quite familiar on who they are yet. So you mind giving us an explanation of who they are?
Himeno is the one with the eye patch, and then she's Aki senpai, essentially. And then Kobane is the new like member, like she's just a rookie, essentially.
The eye patch one I found kind of cool.
I like Kobane better, but it does not matter. So in the next scene, we see Denji in the hospital. He's just talking to Aki, and basically Aki's just trying to see like if they can trust Power. And then Denji basically he just says no, Power's all good. And during this hospital scene, we get to see memories of Aki talking to the civilians, and the civilians are basically saying, "Oh yeah, Chainsaw Man helped me. Chainsaw Man, he's my hero. Chainsaw Man," basically a good image of Chainsaw Man. And then Aki basically he's like, "You know what? I won't tell the higher ups of what you and Power did, because you're keeping the public."
Yeah, basically keeping the public with serenity. They're just calming them down. A good image, a hero per se. So whenever they see Chainsaw Man, they know good is around them.
Well, Aki does report to Makima, and Makima, she's like, you know what, everything's fine. But Aki, she's like, everything's fine. But later on, we get to see Power basically moves in with Aki and Denji.
But before she moves in, we get to see the daily routine. You want to go ahead and explain that part?
Yeah, so there was a good 3 minutes of Aki with his daily routine. You know, he wakes up, brushes his teeth like any normal guy, makes some coffee. Oh, by the way, he wakes up at 7 specifically, just to make that.
Yeah, early bird gets the worm, you know the saying.
Yeah, then we see Aki do his hair. You know, he puts his hair in a ponytail. His hair is all flat, but once it's in a ponytail, it goes straight up, and he doesn't use any gel. So that's the anime for you.
Grinds up some coffee, steps outside, grabs his pack of cigarettes,
And he's just reading the newspaper.
reading the newspaper, as any 46-year-old would probably do.
I believe Aki is 21, I believe, but he's very mature for his age.
In any case, Power does move in, and she's just causing havoc in the house. Full on, like, throwing vegetables all around, and Makima's just explaining to Aki, saying, oh, you're gonna be taking care of both of these people. And he's just dumbfounded, just saying, why am I taking care of these two? And Makima just basically says, it's because I trust you the most, and then he just starts blushing or whatever.
I know, and then while she says that, we get to see a glimpse of her power, which they haven't explained yet, but we see a glimpse of her power. And then basically, Power's creating, she won't flush the toilet, she won't take a shower, and Denji's kind of like disgusted by this. And then we get to see Denji trying to like fix the toilet.
Well, not fix the toilet, he's just scraping off the poop because it's like really stuck on the toilet. And
basically it leaves off with a cliffhanger. Essentially, Denji's about to graduate into boyhood.
yeah, Power grants him 3 squeezes of her breast.
One for saving the cat, one for defeating the devil, and
1 for gratitude, to
and
be
one
honest.
for gratitude as well.
Because originally she wasn't even gonna let him anyways, but she actually felt some sort of gratification, and yeah, we're just left off with a cliffhanger. Nothing too much to say on this episode, as it was just mainly action-packed as well. To be fair, a lot of the anime this week has been action-packed, but is there any other input you want to put on, Kobayashi?
Not really. Hopefully next episode we get to see the squeezes, but this wraps up the video. As always, guys, if you have any recommendations down below, let us know.
My name is Maku,
It's Kobayashi.
and thank you.